And it is time for Gilbert Tigers baseball here on Tiger Broadcast. Good evening, everybody. My name is Cale Sleazer, and it is once again my honor and privilege to be the voice of Gilbert Tigers baseball this season. It's the first of our Tiger Tussle matchups this summer, as the Tigers are on the road here in Carroll at beautiful and historic Merchants Park, home of the Carroll Merchants in the Mink Baseball League. Got a great seat tonight. Big thank you to Carroll Athletic Director Randy Beeson for giving us prime access to Media Row up here. In the 6 years I've been behind this mic, folks, this is probably one of my top 5 favorite spots. We have very nice amenities and a gorgeous view here at Merchants Park. The man on the mound tonight for the Carroll Tigers is Jackson Gross. He has been sharp. In 2 games, he's pitched 8 innings, has not given up a run, but keep an eye on the walks on both sides tonight. Between these two teams, they've drawn a lot of walks, a lot of hit by pitches. The walks and hit by pitches per game rate for Gilbert is 5.875 per game, and for Carroll, not far behind at 5.67. So watch the discipline in the batter's box tonight. Your lineup for the Tigers: Tommy McGuire will lead off in center. He's followed by Alden Short in right. Tripp Sturgill is at first. Ian Eldred is at shortstop. Blake Bell is catching. Matt Zaz is at third base. Josh Grauwinkle at second base. Mike Aleva takes the mound in the 8th spot pitching. And Mr. Hustle, Braden Howard, is in left field. And we are just about ready to go here for the Tigers. Folks, I wish you could have been at North Polk on Monday. If you weren't, it was just a glorious, cathartic set of victories for these Tigers. Did not beat North Polk for 3 years until Monday. Won both games with a doubleheader. Alden Short hit a home run. Offense hit out of their minds. We're underway tonight as Tommy takes a strike. It was the first game in North Polk's new ballpark. All turf, very nice. That bunt is popped up, and it's squibbed on a dive. It was a nice layout effort by the third baseman. That's Landon Peterson. It will be scored a hit. A little bit higher than I'm sure Tommy liked on that bunt single, but it will be scored just that. That's only the 3rd hit that Gross has given up so far this season. Here comes Alden Short, who had a majestic home run to kick off the doubleheader in North Polk on Monday. So that one misses high, as Essick will check on first. Get you Short's numbers on the year. 344 average and has 8 RBI, has started all 8 games, and has the lone Tiger home run to this point. The wind was really blowing out on Monday night. Helped Blake Bell get a couple of doubles. Tommy had 2 triples. Tommy McGuire did on first. He's getting a big lead at first, as Alden takes a strike. Tigers have won 2 in a row. Carroll ran into the Buzzsaw Ballard Bombers. They are off to a white-hot 8-1 start over there in Huxley to start this season. As Short's ahead in the count here, 3-1. But these Carroll Tigers got swept on Tuesday against Ballard. And they were going to play Greene County last night, but that game was postponed. That's a sky-high fly ball to shallow right center field. Calling for it and making the catch is right fielder Trey Tassel. That's out number 1. Here's Tripp Sturgill. Tripp's numbers on the year so far: 310 average, 394 on base, and 7 RBI in 8 games. Healthy hack there, comes up empty for strike 1. Tigers will be back on the road tomorrow against Mason City. There goes Tommy. What a jump. No throw. He almost went too early, but he even beat Gross's windup there. Count is 0-2. That's called a strike, but a stolen base for Tommy. As that one is ripped foul down the left field line. I believe that is Tommy's 4th steal on the year. Let me fact check that. That is indeed his 4th steal. He is 4 for 4. 0-2 to Sturgill. That's chopped on the ground to third. Cleanly gloved. Tommy will retreat to second. Sturgill is out. 5-3 put out. And it'll be up to the cleanup man, Ian Eldred. Eldred has had a hot bat over the last week or so. On the season, he's batting .393 with a .469 on base. He has 4 RBI and is tied for the team lead in steals with 4 as Tommy just swiped his 4th bag. Has started every game at shortstop as he takes a strike. Tigers have had success this year when they've struck early. So that misses high for a ball. 1-1, 2 away. Eldred trying to cash in early for the visiting Tigers. That's on the ground to third, cleanly gloved. Throw to first is just in time to get Eldred. And the Tigers can't capitalize on a McGuire bunt single. We'll be back with the bottom of the first here at historic Merchants Park in just a moment. Jackson Gross will lead off the bottom of the first for the Carroll Tigers. Welcome to Tiger Broadcast, everybody. K.O. Sleazer here with you. Always an honor and a privilege. Happy to share the booth with Jackson from Carroll High School tonight. Exchange some good notes before the game as that one just misses inside from Micah Leyva for ball number 1. Micah took a tough loss back on Friday at Norwalk. 4 innings pitched, only gave up the 1 run, so that one misses high for a ball. Micah had a rough first inning. I believe it was walk, single walk to load the bases with nobody out. Then after a mound visit, he settled in, only gave up 1, and kept the Tigers in that game. But unfortunately, the offense was held scoreless as the Tigers lost 2-0 that night. Here's the 2-1 to Gross. That's in the dirt, 3-1. Once Micah locked in and attacked the strike zone more on Friday, he really settled in. Looks like he's trying to nibble here again to start. Here's the 3-1. That's in the dirt, ball 4, so a leadoff walk. And I said earlier, keep an eye on those walks and hit by pitches tonight. Both teams average about 5.7 walks and hit by pitches per game. And here's shortstop Stone Siebenaller. I love quadruple alliteration more than anyone, but that's just a great combination. First pitch is a called strike, outer third. Micah is batting in the 8th spot tonight when it's his turn. Tigers will have 5, 6, 7 due up in the top of the second with Bell, Zaz, and Grauwinkle when they get the bats again. That one is foul back, and it bangs off the metal overhang here at Merchants Park. And Stone's down 0-2. Micah allowed 3 hits and 3 walks in his 4 innings back on Friday, as that's on the ground to shortstop. This could be 2. Over to second for 1. Over to first is late. And that took a brutal bounce off of Sturgill. I think that hit his hat and his sunglasses went flying. He seems to be okay. And that's a relief for Tripp. He had a concussion, or at least a borderline concussion at one point last year. Glad to see him all smiles and okay over there. That ball just took a brutal hop on him. That'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice to get the out at second. Was good hustle by Siebenaller. He ran out that ball all the way. Being held on by Sturgill at first, and great stop by Bell. Adjusted to the forehand on the block there, as fellow catcher Carter Essex stands in the box. Essex numbers on the year. He's batting a hearty .421 with a .426 on base and has an RBI in 6 starts. Going into this game, 8 Carroll Tigers have started every game. They have their lineup. They know what they like. So that one is a called strike, upper part of the zone. Count now 1-1. Cleanup man Landon Peterson's on deck. He was busy playing third base last inning. He recorded 2 outs as that's fouled away. This is my first time in Carroll. Beautiful little town. Everything's pretty centralized when you drive in. Love this area here. You've got a rec field to the right. You've got softball beyond left field. As that is... I'm not seeing Essex walk back to the dugout, so we're going to assume that was called a ball. 2-2 is the count, and Bell couldn't glove that cleanly. It'll be a pass ball. And I don't know how well you folks can see it on the camera shot at home. It does look like there's a pool with a nice water slide out beyond left field. That's a sky-high fly ball to Tommy McGuire. Runs in, makes the catch for the second out. So man on second with 2 away for the cleanup man, Peterson.
Third baseman, number 11, Landon Peterson.
Third baseman Landon Peterson backs the cleanup here tonight for Coach Lucan's Tigers.
Peterson's numbers on the year. Only batting .133, but has an on-base of .350, supplemented by 5 walks. Does have an RBI, has started all 6 games. As that one is hit into center field, Tommy running in, makes the catch. And that will end a scoreless first inning in our first Tiger tussle of the year. Gilbert will be back to bat in the top of the second with Bell, Zaz, and Grauwinkle when we come back. Welcome back to Gilbert Tigers baseball here on Tiger Broadcast. Cale Sleazer here with you. Glad to have 10 of you here with us here on Tiger Broadcast. Blake Bell will lead off the top of the second as he takes a strike. Bell has had a nice hearty year on the offensive side. 292 average, 452 on base, 5 RBI in 8 games, including 3 in the doubleheader against the Comets on Monday. Had 2 towering doubles in that doubleheader. The wind definitely helped carry that a little bit, but they were both struck well. And Bell takes high and tight there. 2-1. Matt Zaz awaits on deck. He's been the on-base king to start this year. 522 on base coming into tonight. Leads this Tiger team. Bell rips that one right to third. It's bobbled. That was hit very hard. Peterson's been very busy over there at first. They're going to score to hit. It was hit very hard. So Bell improves the average. That should get him north of 300. Hit very hard. And here comes Joey Pyfron running at first. Courtesy running. And Joey is checked on immediately over at first base. And that is well behind Zaz, but it went off the bat. That is an unfortunate turn of luck for Matt there. You see that every now and then. Kids, if you're a young kid playing baseball, if you've got to play dodgeball, remember you got to play dodge bat as well. That's to Peterson at second, over to second for one, over at first. That's a double play. That's a tough one for Zaz. Landon Peterson staying busy over there at third. 5-4-3 double play. And that erases the leadoff base runner. We'll see if Grauwinkle can start a rally as he takes a strike. Josh's bat was pretty cold to start the year, but he's found it in these last few games. 150 average, 320 on base with 2 RBI. He started each game. So that one misses for a ball. Josh, one of those designated senior leaders that Coach Gall pointed out in our preseason interview. Here's the 1-1. That is ripped right to Coach Gall. Nice catch, Coach. Please tell me our camera got that. It was just off of our camera shot. Dang it. That was a nice catch from Coach Gall. That was awesome. And that one misses down low. 2-2. Coach Gall, I'm sure, has definitely seen some screamers in his day. He's coached about a decade at the college level. That's on the ground. Coach Gall doesn't move that time. Coach Gall has been really fun to be around. He's had some nice humor over there at third base. We're trying to find some footage of him. So that one misses high, full count. We're trying to find footage of Coach Gall doing a Michael Jackson dance move that was caught on stream during the Knoxville game last week. We haven't quite found it yet, but we're close. Grauwinkle is rung up on strike 3, and that ends the inning. The Carroll defense turns a double play. We go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless in a Tiger tussle here at Merchants Park. 5, 6, 7 for Carroll. Trey Tassel, Braxton Liu, Carson Tedrow, as that one is in the dirt from Leva to start ball one. Jackson and I were comparing stream footage just there. We both just missed Coach Gall making that catch at third. We definitely would have clipped that and posted it on socials. That was just an amazing catch. That is fouled back. I have word that my Aunt Alice might have gotten that shot, so we'll see what we find there. Could send that to Coach Gall. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. 1-1, just below the knees, 2-1. Tassel's numbers on the year, 250 average, 400 on base, and 3 runs batted in. He has started all 6 games like many of his teammates. And Leva's behind in the count, 3-1. He walked Jackson Gross to lead off the first inning. Braxton Liu, the first baseman, awaits on deck. And count now full after that foul back. Payoff pitch. Called. Strike 3 right on the inner third. Good fastball from Micah. Just the right spot. Not a bad frame from Bell either. First strikeout of this game goes to Micah Leva to start the bottom of the second. First pitch to Liu. Just misses the lower inside corner. 1-0, swung on and missed. Get Liu's numbers on the season here. The senior has appeared in all 6 games. He's only started 5 as he swings and misses with that one. 143 average, 250 on base, has driven in a run. Micah's fastball has been jumping so far this inning. Let's see if he dials it up again. Fastball called, strike 3, framed on the corner by Bell. And that is out number 2, back-to-back punch-outs. And Carson Tedrow will give it a whirl with 2 away. Micah struck out 4 batters in a row back on Friday, including striking out the side in the second inning. Nice frame by Bell. His glove is making all the right moves tonight. 0-1. Pop in the mitt, called strike 2. Micah is really shoving that fastball. Can Micah Leva strike out the side in the second for the second game in a row? You bet he can! How about Micah Leva? A furious fastball takes care of the Carroll Tigers in the bottom of the second. We go to the third. Folks, don't you dare go anywhere. We've got a pitcher's duel at Merchants Park through 2. Top of the third, as we will have 8-9-1 for the Tigers. Micah Leva will try and help his own cause. He takes a strike. It's been a catcher's strike zone tonight. Carter Essick framed that one toward the edge. It's been a bit of a liberal zone. And Leyva waves at that one, 0-2.
And the payoff pitch from Gross is
That one's fouled back by Leyva. Count 0-2.
Gross really working his off-speed pitches here, and it's really working.
Micah's only gotten 8 at-bats prior to this point. Has drawn a walk. He's gotten a hit. Or that was a hit by pitch rather than a walk. So that one is popped up shallow right. And running in and not making the catch is the right fielder. Leyva thought about going to second. And hopefully Trey Tassel out there and right is okay. He was a little slow to get up. He took a bit of a nasty tumble there. Taylor Dukes will courtesy run for Micah at first. We'll see what that ends up being scored. No official score yet on the scoreboard. They will give Micah a hit there. Flare single in just the right spot. Wind's not blowing hardly at all tonight. Big change of pace from the North Polk doubleheader. Bunt shown pulled back by Braden Howard. Infield single king, Mr. Hustle, track star for the Tigers. Already has 5 hits in 5 games, batting at even .333, and pulls back the bunt again as that curveball misses well high.
Howard, one of the more faster guys in this team, looking to lay down a bunt and beat it out here and try to advance the runner. I think that's obviously the main goal here, is just try to advance Leyva.
Taylor Dukes being held on at first. Bunt shown again, and it's popped up. It squirts back foul. Tommy McGuire had an interesting bunt single to lead off this game. It was popped up toward third base, but Peterson of Carroll could not make the catch. Squirted out of his glove, so Tommy was credited a single. Bunt shown again, pulled back. It's 3-1. Trying to keep the line moving for Tommy, who's on deck in the top of the order. Had that bunt single and then swiped a bag. Great jump on the pitcher, Jackson Gross. Here's the 3-1. Down low, ball 4. And Gilbert has a golden opportunity with blazing speed on the base paths and blazing speed in the box with nobody out.
Gilbert team on base has Howard now on first and Leyva on second, as now we're back to the top of the order.
So both pitchers now have 1 walk issued. And Tommy lays that down. Bit of an awkward bunt there. Caught a piece of Essick. Sounded like it hit his shin guard. Tommy ran wild on Monday. Had 2 triples in that doubleheader.
Looks like umpire Nick Lucas is kind of talking with everybody. Talking to McGuire there, thinking he might have stepped over the line, and then also
Bunt defense being played by the infield. Braxton Liu is in front of the line as that one's fouled away. Count is 0-2.
So that'll bring the count to no balls and 2 strikes on McGuire here with runners on first and second, nobody out.
0-2, that is ripped. Base hit down the right field line. Dukes is being waved around and then stopped by Coach Gall. Good job by the right fielder, Trey Tassel, to get it in, but it's bases loaded for the dangerous bat of Alden Short. So Tommy is 2 for 2. That's already the 4th Gilbert hit of the night here in the 3rd. Alden takes ball 1. Alden had a home run to left center field to lead off the game in game 1 of the doubleheader on Monday. It's about 398 to left center field here, according to the dimensions here at Merchants Park. From left to right, left field pole is 326, left center is 362. close to center field is 398. Right center is 358. And then the right field pull is 322. 2-0 to Alden. And that hit him. RBI HBP for the first run of the game. Not how you draw it up, but you certainly can appreciate it. Still nobody out. So Gilbert strikes first in this Tiger tussle. That's the first earned run given up by Jackson Gross this year in his third game. So that is in the dirt. Good stop by Essick. He's been pretty good back there. Both catchers have framed and blocked really well tonight in Essick and Bell. Here's the 1-0. That clips the top of the zone for a strike. Glad to see you folks at home are enjoying the view tonight as we have 18 viewers on. Big thanks to Mom for texting, checking in. So that one misses down low. She checks in every game she can. Lets me know if she can hear me talking into the ether of the internet. Sometimes I forget to unmute my mic. Not often, but it happens. So that is a called strike on the corner, 2-2 on Sturgill. But this is a really nice view here on Media Row. It was just installed here at Merchants Park. Jackson and I have the best seats in the house in here. That one is crushed to left. This is going to go foul. It didn't quite have home run distance, but that had extra bases written all over it. And Tripp is kind of sheepishly smiling toward the dugout. He knew he missed one there. Hardest hit ball of the night by far. Just foul off Sturgill's bat. Would have scored at least 2. The 2-2 once more. That one is popped up. This will get foul, and it'll get down out of the range of Lou. And we'll have another 2-2. Another 2-2. And did that hit Tripp? I think it got him in the knee or the shin. Tripp's walking it off. This will be another run. You got to feel for Tripp. He had some nagging injuries last year. I think he had a back issue early in the season. He got hit in the helmet pretty hard at Ballard's senior night by a pitch last year. And he took a brutal hop off of his hat earlier. And are they going to say this hit the dirt first? They are. Coach Gall wanted a word there. So no hit by pitch. Count is 3-2. That's on the ground to shortstop. Over to second for 1, and that is all. So it'll be an RBI fielder's choice for Sturgill. As that's the first out of the inning. Tigers, the Gilbert Tigers, have 2 on the board. So an RBI, 6-4. Fielder's choice. Brings up Ian Eldred with runners on the corners and 1 away as I get the score bug updated for you folks at home. I feel like I've been a lot more on top of the score bug this year, as that one is hit well to right but playable. And Tassel ran in and misjudged it. It gets past him. Sturgill will get to third. Eldred's going to try for second. Tommy McGuire scores. And it's now 3-0 with 2 runners in scoring position. That'll be an E9.
Wow, Carroll just kind of collapsing here in the third. Not able to make the
Trey Tassel went way back for that ball and just misjudged it. So a base hit could score 2 more. Watch for the signature Blake Bell first pitch ambush here.
So 1 away with runners in scoring position and Lou in on the corner. Now here comes the
Base hit should score 2 here as Bell takes high and tight. Bell did single last time.
Bell 1 for 1 on the night with a single for Gilbert.
And the 1-0 to the Gilbert backstop. That's up the middle. Base hit. 1 run is in. Eldred being waved around. The throw to the plate is cut off. It's 5-0. Another RBI base hit for Blake Bell. He is on fire with the bat to start this year. Still only 1 out. Here comes Matt Zaz. Joey Pyfron will courtesy run at first once again. Gilbert busting it open here in the 3rd.
Gross definitely frustrated right now. He's doing the best he can. I mean, some of the fielding hasn't been the best, but that was just
So that's a 2-run single for Bell.
Bell right up the middle with the infield in.
And that one, ooh, called strike on Zaz. He didn't agree with that one.
Called strike 1 on Zaz as he shakes his head in frustration.
5 Tiger hits.
To the box.
So that one is popped up. That'll get foul out of play.
So bringing the count to no balls and 2 strikes.
5 runs, 4 earned on Gross. As that one is well outside. Great stop by Essick, ranging over to his right. Count is now 1-2.
Backstop and allowing Python to advance to second.
1-2 to Zaz. That one is hit and goes out of the glove of the shortstop. Pyfron was going to second. If that would have been caught, that would have been an easy double off. They're going to give it a hit. That had an interesting flight path to it. I thought that Zaz hit that a little harder than he did, but it died right before it got to the outfield. It was a jumping try by Stone Siebenaler. It just squibbed out of his glove. Some interesting hits for the Tigers tonight. So it's first and second for Grauwinkle. That one's high to Grauwinkle. Not seeing any action in the Carroll bullpen just yet. 5 runs home in the inning for the Tigers, and they are not showing any signs of slowing down. So that's a called strike. That one is hit well to left center field, but playable. And the left fielder will come in and make the catch. That's Chase Shable for the second out. So Grauwinkle flies out. F7. And let's see if Micah can help his own cause here. Had a single his last time up.
Yeah, they're trying to keep the inning going and trying to get a couple runs and a base hit here for the Tigers. That first
Leyva skies that one on the infield. Who wants it? Third baseman Peterson makes the catch, but a 5-run explosion for the Gilbert Tigers puts them up with a commanding lead. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be right back right here at Merchants Park in just a minute.
Carroll Tiger Booster Club, United Bank of Iowa, Wasted Brain, and Western Island Efforts.
8-9-1 for Carroll. Talon Crandall, Chase Shable, Jackson Gross. Micah Leyva struck out the side in the second for the second game in a row. It looks like his strikeout streak will end here as it's popped on the infield. Micah will take it himself. 1 pitch, 1 out. As Crandall is retired. And here's Shable, the left fielder. Shable's batting .267 on the year, .312 on base, has 2 RBI, has started all 6 games. 5-0 Gilbert. Got all their runs in the previous half inning in case any of you missed it. Welcome to Tiger Broadcast. Cale Sleazer here with you. That one's tight. Are they going to say... They're going to say that it didn't hit Shable. Shable thought he got hit, maybe grazed the jersey, but the home plate umpire says no. And the at-bat will continue with the 1-0 count. Gilbert Tigers looking for their first 3-game win streak of the year as that one just misses ball 2. About 7:38 p.m. local time here in Carroll, Iowa. So that one's in the dirt, 3-0. Another gorgeous night for baseball. 74 degrees, partly cloudy, feels like 73. There's been some air quality warnings in the area. I've been meaning to look up what exactly that's entailed. So that is a called strike, 3-1. I know in my time in Indiana calling for the Northern League 2 years ago, the Canadian wildfires were pretty bad that summer. So that's squib foul, 3-2. Wildfires were so bad, it's my theory that when we were having issues with internet signal one night, nothing could get through. We couldn't even stream that night. There was no internet. I think the smoke was that bad. That is on the ground. It squibs past Leiva's glove. Barehanded by Eldred. Throw to first. Gets away. It'll be an E6. And another error for Eldred. Probably should have held on to that ball. Error for sure. We'll see if a hit is granted as well. So that didn't quite pan out for the Tiger defense. Great reaction time by Eldred. That throw was just a little bit wild. It does look like it'll be scored a hit. And then an E6 on Ian. Big swing and a miss to Gross at the top of the order. Gross drew a walk to start the Carroll offensive effort tonight. Here's the 0-1. That's popped up foul, and it'll be 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Leiva. That's high and tight. And if Gross didn't duck there, that probably would have hit him. That's why you wear the helmets, kids. You never know. 1-2 from Micah. Just inside. Tried the curveball. Couldn't quite keep it in the zone. Stone Siebenaller, the shortstop, is on deck. 6-4 ground out for him last time. 2-2 from Micah. That one is hit into right. It'll be caught by Alden Short. Nice beat on that ball for out number 2. We'll give Gross an L9 there. It was hit pretty hard. Leiva 1 out away from 3 scoreless innings. So that one's in the dirt for a ball. Tough loss for Leiva last time out in the 2-0 loss to the Norwalk Warriors back on Friday. Offense just didn't quite have it. Norwalk's pitcher also did a great job too. And ouch, that's going to plunk Siebenaller. Are they going to call foul ball? No. We've had some close calls. That might have hit Siebenaller in the funny bone or the wrist. He's grabbing his wrist. Hope he's okay. Siebenaller will jog down to first.
Here for the Tigers as now the 3-hole hitter Carter Essick.
So here's Carter Essick with 2 on, 2 away.
With 2 on. As Coach Josh Luton gives the sign to both the runners and Essick.
Tigers infield doesn't need to do anything fancy here. Closest base should do it. I think the umpire wants the bat out of the way. And the Carroll on deck circle off of your screen. And he is now satisfied and play will continue. First pitch to Essick. That's going to be a wild pitch that gets behind Bell. And force outs are not an option past first base anymore. Micah getting some words of encouragement from the backstop Bell. Sophomore and junior battery.
Both younger guys. Bell just a junior and Gilbert only a sophomore.
Runners on second and third, 2 away. 5-0 score. Carroll trying to get on the board as that one misses 2-0. No action in either bullpen. Jackson Gross got knocked around for 5 in the top of the inning. 2-0, that is ripped past a diving Eldred for a base hit. 1 run is scored. Another runner is waved around. It's bobbled and left by Howard. Throw to second is not in time. So it's a 2-run hit. And Carroll is right back in this game. They now only trail 3. We'll see if they give Howard an error there in left. That was an uncharacteristic bobble by Braden out there. It will be a 2-run single for Essick.
Still trail Gilbert with the score of 5-2.
Quick mound meeting from the Gilbert pitching coach.
Number 11, Landon Peterson.
No error given to Braden there and left.
Everybody who can't be here at the ball.
Bobbled the ball a bit, allowed Essick to advance to second.
Love your support for all of our sporting events. And
Here's Landon Peterson.
Landon Peterson steps to the plate here with
Peterson flew out to center last time.
takes his lead. Peterson 0 for 1 tonight with a fly out.
And time is called by Peterson as he thought Leyva took a little bit too long there. Took a couple of glances back at Essick over at second. So that one is down low, 1-0. Five to 2 our score. Gilbert over Carroll in a Tiger tussle. That one is inside 2-0. It would have been better if this was on a Tuesday. Then we could have called it Tiger Tussle Tuesday. But it's Wednesday. The universe had other ideas. Runner goes and then stops, as that's inside 3-0. Carter Essick had third base on his mind, stopped about 5 steps in. Bell did throw out a runner at third base in Game 2 of the doubleheader on Monday against North Polk. It is not a wise idea to run on Bell's arm down there. Bunch shown 3-0. It's pulled back for ball 4. And Leyva's struggling to get that third out here in inning number 3. Second walk issued by the sophomore tonight.
Number 6, Trey Tassel.
And here comes Trey Tassel. He did strike out last time. That started a streak of 3 batters in a row retired by the strikeout.
Tassel went down on strikes in his last at bat. Yeva checks Essick at second, and the first pitch to him is
That one is inside for a ball.
I think the strike zone's definitely kind of closed since the first couple of innings. It was more wide open.
Here's the 1-0. Called strike, lower outside corner.
Just catching the
Jackson made a good observation on the Carroll broadcast. That strike zone has gotten a little bit tighter since the first inning. It's fluctuated just a little bit back there. 1-1. That's on the ground over to second. Grauwinkle cleanly gloves. Throw to first is in time. That stops the bleeding, but Carroll gets 2 back. We go to the 4th. Gilbert 5, Carroll 2 here at historic Merchants Park here in Carroll, Iowa. (9-1-2) for the Gilbert Tigers in the 4th. Howard McGuire, short. Thanks to the 16 of you here with us on Tiger Broadcast. Cale Sleazer here with you. Always a pleasure. Beautiful ballpark here. Merchants Park in Carroll. Opened up in 1949. Home of the Carroll Merchants. Just started their season a couple weeks ago. That one is inside. Braden drew a walk last time. Looking to build on to that 5-run third inning. That's an easy grounder to Peterson over at third for out number 1. So 2 pitches, 1 out. Still no action in either bullpen. Actually, scratch that. It looks like Matt Zaz is warming up in the Gilbert bullpen. As Micah wavered a little bit in that third inning. Gave up 2, all with 2 outs. As Tommy takes a strike on the curve. Tommy probably has the hottest bat on the team right now. 2 for 2 tonight and had 2 triples in the doubleheader Monday. That one down low for a ball. Tommy coming into tonight, batting an even .500 with a .618 on base and 7 RBI. That average will go up even more by the time tonight is done. Count 2-1 on the Tigers center fielder. Alden Short waits on deck. That one is hit. Base hit into right center. How's 3 for 3 sound for Tommy McGuire? Pretty dang good if you ask me. That Tommy McGuire bat could heat up a fireplace on a cold winter night. The way it's going right now. 7th hit of the night for the Tigers, and 3 of them belong to Tommy as he's being checked on at first. RBI HBP for Alden last time as that is swung on and missed. That's a nasty curve from Jackson Gross. Had Short out in front of it. Moderate lead over at first. There goes Tommy. Called strike. Throw to second is not in time. A little wide as well, so a stolen base for Tommy. He now leads this Tiger team all by himself with 5 steals in 5 attempts. That one is hit well to center field, but playable. Catch is made in center. Tommy's going to try for third. It's a good throw, but he just beats it. That was a very good throw from the Carroll center fielder. And did they say that Tommy was out? They're calling Tommy out, and the inning is over. I think they're arguing that he left early. And Coach Gall would like a word. We'll see if he says anything to the umpire here on the way back to the dugout. He won't, but it sounds like Tommy left early from second, and that kills the Gilbert rally. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, still 5-2, Gilbert over Carroll here at Merchants Park. Six, 7, 8 for the Carroll Tigers. Braxton Liu, Carson Tedrow, Talon Crandall. In a 5-2 ball game, Micah Leyva returns to the mound after giving up 2 runs in the bottom of the third.
Now Carroll will send a 6, 7, 8 hitters to the plate. As Braxton Liu, the first baseman, steps
First pitch to Liu. That's on the ground to the left side of the infield. Gloved by Eldred. Throw to first is just in time. Strong throw for me and Eldred. 1 pitch, 1 out. Eldred had to load on that back foot a little bit to get enough juice to get it there in time. But he beat Liu by half a step at most. It was close.
So one away here in the inning, as now the second baseman Carson Tedrow will step up to the plate.
Carson Tedrow will look to bounce back from a strikeout as he swings and misses for strike 1.
Tedrow a little late on that pitch.
And that one, a called strike. Good frame by Bell helped that call.
Strike 2.
Gilbert comes into tonight with a record of 5-3. Carroll with a record of 3-3. So that one is just low for a ball.
Count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gilbert crowd thought that one was strike 3. It was close.
One away in the inning.
And the 1-2 is in the dirt, stopped by Bell.
Kicks up some dirt there for ball 2.
Carson Tedrow waits on deck. He was the tail end of that 3-string strikeout in the second. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Tedrow has punched out twice tonight. That's Micah's second. Or his fourth, rather. Second strikeout for Tedrow. So 2 away for Tedrow. This is Crandall taking ball 1 as Tedrow just struck out. Got to eat that Cliff Bar I have in my backpack over the middle innings. Getting hungry over here, so it's a called strike. My stomach is screaming at me. Here's the 1-1 as that misses high. I think the concessions here at Merchants Park is closed in the building. It looks like people are going over to the softball field for concessions tonight. Called strike on the corner. That strike zone is starting to expand again. Bell framing well back there, though. 2-2, 2 away. Offering from Leyva. On the ground to shortstop. Cleanly gloved by Eldred. Throw to first. Can't be dug out in time by Eldred.
That'll be an error as Crandall will.
They're going to score that a hit.
They actually scored as a hit for Crandall.
Sturgill couldn't quite dig it out of the dirt. But an infield single being given to the designated hitter, Crandall. That is the third Carroll hit of the evening. So some bad luck for Leyva with 2 outs. Both of those Carroll runs scored with 2 outs in the previous inning as that swung on and missed for a strike.
Shable got a piece of it for when still strike one as he hit him on the fastball.
Here's the 0-1. That one's popped up shallow right. And catching it on the edge of the infield is going to be Josh Grauwinkle. And that ends the 4th inning. Gilbert still leads 5-2 over Carroll here at Merchants Park. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to Gilbert Tigers baseball here on Tiger Broadcast. Cale Sleazer here with you. Glad to see 17 of you here with us. Another picture-perfect night of baseball here in Carroll. Trip Sturgill leads it off. That's hit well to center. That ball is back. That ball is caught on a back pedal. Sturgill gave it a ride, but it was reeled in by designated player Mason Stintz. Nice read by the center fielder for out number 1. If that would have been hit in the air with the wind that we had in North Polk's ballpark on Monday, that would have had a shot at being gone. Ripped and caught on a liner. No, it's dropped. Throw to first will retire Eldred on the tag. That was an interesting sequence. Peterson has been a busy man at third. Caught the ball on a line, but dropped it. Throw over to first. Pulled the first baseman, Braxton Liu, off the bag. But he made the adjustment and tagged out Eldred. And a strike is dealt to Bell. Bell is hitting the baseball well right now. 2 singles, including a 2-run single last time. Should the inning continue, Matt Zaz awaits on deck. 1-1. Down low, 2-1. Want to again give a big thank you to Carroll Activities Director Randy Beeson for giving us some great space to work with here as that misses inside 3-1. This is my 6th year behind the mic, folks, and I can maybe think of 2 places that I liked better to broadcast a game than this spot. This is a true media row here at Merchants Park as that misses high and tight for ball 4. Bell's on base for the 3rd time tonight. Third walk issued. Or second walk, rather, by Gross. And Joey Pyfron will take his place as the courtesy runner for Bell once again at first. Zaz takes a strike. Zaz is grounded into a double play and then had an unconventional single last time. I believe his was the one that was skied into right but found the grass. Count 1-1 on him now. The name of the game of baseball is hit it where they ain't. You can be like Ian Eldred and hit it 90 miles an hour off the bat and it'll find leather for an out. Or you can be like Matt Zaz, who skies it straight in the air and it lands in no man's land out in right field. Pyfron being held on at first. He's getting a big lead. There he goes. Curveball misses outside. Throw to second is not in time. Joey gets the steal.
That will be a ball, so that'll bring the 3-1 to Zaz with Pyfron on second base after the stolen base. Gross's 3-1 pitch.
3-1 to Zaz. Skied into left. Shable will make the catch. And that ends the inning. A walk by Bell yields no fruit. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Still 5-2. Gilbert over Carroll at historic Merchants Park. Top of the order, bottom of the fifth for Carroll. Gross, Siebenaller, Essick. Michael Leyva is still on the mound. We'll see how long his leash is. Matt Zaz was warming up in the bullpen earlier. Tigers, the Gilbert Tigers, 5 runs on 7 hits. So that's a called strike. Carroll has 2 runs on 3 hits with 1 error. 0-1. That is a one-hopper to shortstop. Throw to first is just in time. Strong throw from Eldred gets the out. And that will make Gross 0 for 2. And here's Stone Siebenaller, who was hit by a pitch last time. Looked like it struck him in that left wrist. First offering from Leyva. Called strike, curveball in the inner third. Tigers will be on the road again tomorrow in Mason City. So that one is skied into center. Tommy McGuire's under it. Catch is made for out number 2. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night on Tiger Broadcast. And then finally, the Tigers are back home after a 2-week road trip. They will host Winterset in a doubleheader on Monday. Micah has held the line pretty well tonight. So that's a called strike. And Bell is putting on a framing clinic down there. Getting a lot of calls on the borders tonight. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt. Bell couldn't quite get that one. Carter Essick had that 2-run single to get Carroll's only tallies on the board in the third.
A 2-run single in the third inning, but Essick was able to advance to second as Howard was not able to pick it up on his
Here's the
first
1-1.
try.
That misses high, 2-1.
High, so it'll bring it 2 balls and 1 strike to Carter Essick.
8:07 p.m. local time here in Carroll. Beautiful night for a ball game.
2-1 is
So that one just misses low. Bell couldn't quite sell that one. 3-1.
Essick with 2 away and nobody on here in.
Gilbert's been pretty lucky with the weather. Has dodged some rain since that opening night rain out against Pleasantville. That one's on the ground to third. Zaz gloves it strong. Throw to first is in time. 5 innings of 2-run ball from Michael Leyva as he gets a warm ovation from the Gilbert crowd. We go to the 6th. It remains Gilbert 5, Carroll 2 here at Merchants Park. Grauwinkle, Leyva, Howard, bottom of the order, top of the 6th. Gilbert leads Carroll in the first Tiger tussle of the year, 5-2. Bunt shown and fouled away. Or was that a called ball? It's squibbed away. It's called a ball. Couldn't quite tell what that went off of. It went off the catcher, Essick. That one skied into left. Camping under it and making the catch is Shable. And that's the first out of the 6th.
Number 27, Micah Leyva.
And here comes Micah looking to help his own cause. We'll see if he comes back out in the 6th. Since he's batting for himself here. That's popped up on the infield. And calling for it and making the catch is Gross, the pitcher. And 3 pitches, 2 outs for Gross here in the 6th.
Couple of quick outs here for Jackson Gross.
We'll see if Braden Howard can get a rally started here. Or this might be Cooper Mitchell coming in. It is. Number 0, Cooper Mitchell coming in. Cooper Mitchell did get a pinch hit appearance in the second game of the doubleheader on Monday. Batting for left fielder Braden Howard.
So Mitchell in there now for Howard in the
First pitch to Cooper. That misses high for a ball.
high and outside for ball 1. Gross almost able to get that one to come back inside, but not able to get it fully through.
Here's the 1-0.
The 1-0 is
Called strike upper outside corner.
high and outside.
Mitchell didn't love that call, but it was right on that corner.
Just catches the outside upper corner.
That one's popped up. Mitchell frustrated with himself there as Siebenaller will make the fair catch at shortstop. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Our score remains Gilbert 5, Carroll 2 here in Carroll. Four, five, six in the bottom of the 6th for the Carroll Tigers. Welcome back to Gilbert Tigers baseball here on Tiger Broadcast. Glad to see 20 of you here with us. Kale Sleazer here with you. So that is just down low for a ball. Michael Leva is still out there dealing. All runs in this game have scored in the 3rd. In a pitcher's duel otherwise. Big swing and a foul tip in the dirt for strike 1. Peterson is 0 for 1, but did draw a walk his last time. 1-1 from Micah. That's high for ball 2. Trey Tassel awaits on deck. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 2-1. High, 3-1. And we'll see how long the leash is here for Micah Leva if a runner were to get on base. 3-1. Called strike, framed well by Bell on the corner. Big pitch coming up here. Here it comes. Up high for ball 4. That missed the moment it left Leva's hand. Peterson was shifting his bat halfway into that ball's flight. 3rd walk issued by Leva this evening. 2nd one drawn by Peterson. He's been pretty disciplined up there. And we'll see how aggressive Peterson is on the base paths here. He's getting a big lead. He's shuffling his feet. That is squibbed foul by Tassel. Oh, 1, there goes the runner, then he stops. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Carroll's been very careful on the bases tonight. They've thought about stealing a few times, but have held up. It is unwise to run on the arm of Blake Bell. More often than not, he'll nab you. 0-2. Ooh, that one just missed. Gilbert crowd can't believe that one. That was in the same spot as a strike called last at bat. Interesting. Count is 1-2. Runner being held on at first. That one's down low. 2-2. Braxton Liu awaits on deck. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 2-2 to Tassel. There goes the runner. That one is hit well to right, but playable for short. He'll make the catch for out number 1. And that makes Tassel 0 for 3 on the F9. The double play ball is in order here to get Leva out of the inning. We have seen a double play ball turned in this game. Matt Zaz grounded into one in his first at-bat. That's in the dirt. That'll be a wild pitch that gets away from Bell. Rounding second and stopping halfway through is Landon Peterson. He probably could have made third there if he didn't hesitate for a split second.
Almost halfway between second and third, but Coach Lucan tells him not to, and he will step back.
And we'll see
Second base, but will advance
what
to
Coach
second.
Gall will do concluding this at-bat regarding his pitching staff. Matt Zaz, the only Tiger arm we've seen warm, that being a Gilbert Tiger. 1-0. That's on the ground. That's going to be a base hit through the left side of the infield. And it's runners on the corners, one away. Coach Gall is not moving from the dugout. So Leiva's night will continue as Carson Tedrow comes in. Fourth hit of the night for Carroll.
As now Carson Tedrow, who's hit this tonight, will step forward with only one out.
First and third, one away. Double play ball is still in order.
Infield's still playing him straight up, as I would look to bunt here if I was Coach Josh Lucan.
That one misses down low for a ball.
Yeah, I think it'd be a smart play here if you're Coach Lucan, try to get a bunt.
Lou's getting a sizable lead out there at first. We'll see if he thinks about running. And he's wobbling, and Leiva steps off wisely. Lou is thinking steal there. I got to give credit to the Carroll student section here tonight. They've been very vocal. Runner goes, throw to second is not in time. The throw was a bit in front of the base. It was a great effort by Eldred to try and reach over and get it. And here comes Coach Gall to talk to Leiva. And this could get interesting very quickly. Not a bad throw from Bell by any means. It was a smidge in front of the bag. Great effort by Eldred, but Lou just got around that tag. First stolen base of the night for Carroll. Only runs scored in this game were in the third inning. 1-1, one away. Runners on second and third here in the bottom of the sixth. And we will see how Gilbert approaches Carson Tedrow here. Tedrow has struck out both times. That's half the strikeouts that Leiva has racked up tonight. Leiva struck out the side in the second. Tassel, Lou, and Tedrow all went down consecutively. 1-1 is on the ground. Diving stop by Zaz. It actually squibs past his glove. And a run scores. It's now 5-3. Runners on first and second. I thought Zaz stopped that. It just squibbed past his glove. It was a good effort by Matt. But it will be an RBI infield single for Tedrow. And here comes Talon Crandall, who singled his last time. Gilbert crowd is getting restless. So is the Carroll crowd. Great atmosphere tonight. Bleachers are at least half full here on a Wednesday night. First pitch to Crandall. Just down low for a ball. 3 runs on 5 hits for Carroll with an error. 5 runs on 7 hits for the Tigers. Here's the 1-0. Called strike, framed at the knees nicely by Bell. Chase Shable on deck is 1 for 2. Double play ball is in order for Gilbert. Be a good time for one here. First run score in this game since the third. That's in the dirt. Good stop by Bell, 2-1. Sun's slowly starting to set here in Carroll. Lights taking more and more of an effect. Here's the 2-1. Low and outside, 3-1. And Josh Grawinkel's going to come in and give some words of advice to Micah Leyva, senior to sophomore here.
But it seems like the strike zone's definitely been kind of going back and forth between innings. It's kind of more tight.
Micah needs a strike here.
In the next half inning. So definitely a mixed strike zone as Gilbert checks the runner and 3-1.
3-1. Called strike right down the pipe. Crandall was taking all the way. Full count, one away, runners on first and second, a restless crowd at Merchants Park. Where would you rather be? Payoff pitch. Just down low for ball 4, and I think that's going to be it for Micah, as Coach Gall will briskly walk out of the dugout. He points to Zaz, and that's going to be it for Micah Leyva. He pointed in Zaz's direction. He's the only one who we saw warm up. And if it's not Matt Zaz, we'll update you after the break. But for now, we'll step aside. And Zaz was given the baseball. Looks like Matt Zaz will come in relief with 1 out, bases loaded in the 6th. We'll be back in a moment. Chase Shable, the 9-hitter, will come up now as Matt Zaz has finished warming up. A restless Carroll crowd stirring up the atmosphere here at historic Merchants Park. Beautiful 73-degree evening here in Carroll, Iowa. Both dugouts are on their feet on the railing. First pitch is fouled back. Zaz's pitching numbers so far on the season: 3 appearances, 6 innings, 1 run, 4 strikeouts. Not bad. That is foul. Bit of a late call from the home plate umpire there, but it definitely looked like it went off of Shable's foot into fair territory. And Zaz is ahead 0-2 in the count. Gilbert Tigers don't need to do anything fancy here. Closest base is an out. Potential tying run is in scoring position with the bases loaded. 0-2. That one is hit into right center field. That's gonna find no man's land. 1 run scores. And that is a stroke of good luck for Carroll as they now only trail by 1. That fell perfectly between McGuire, Grawinkel, and Micah Leyva, who moved to right field. Alden Short is now at third. Braden Howard is in left. And we're back to the top of the order with Jackson Gross looking to help his own cause with the crowd roaring behind him. That's hit. Line out to third for 1. And another. Or was he safe? Coach Gall is trotting out of the dugout. He wants a word with the field umpire. Coach Gall does not let anything go without a word. It's a line out to third for 1 out. And are the umpires going to talk it over here? Not for long. It was close. Good catch by Short over at third base, just moving from right field. And here comes Stone Siebenaler. Biggest at-bat of this game. Crowd is going bananas. First pitch. Up high for ball one. Every run in this game scored in the third, except for the 2 that Carroll has scored in this half inning. That one's popped up. It'll get out of play. Siebenaler has grounded out to shortstop, been hit by a pitch, and flown out to center. 1-1 from Zaz. Called strike, upper outside corner. Carter Essick on deck should the inning continue. He had the 2-run single in the third. The 1-2. Popped up foul. Siebenaler stays alive. Great atmosphere here at Merchants Park, which you folks could be here with us.
Carroll still trailing Gilbert 5-4 here in the bottom of the 6th, 2 outs.
Home plate umpire getting some new baseballs.
Carroll with 6 hits and
8:28 p.m. local time here in Carroll, Iowa. The count is 1-2 on Siebenaler. The next offering from Zaz. Just high on the curve, 2-2. Great group of students here from Carroll. At least 15 of them in the stands. That one is hit well to center. McGuire running back, makes the catch on the run, and Gilbert holds on to the lead. But Carroll does damage in the 6th. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. We're going to the 7th in a 1-run ball game. Don't you dare go anywhere. We'll be right back. Top of the order. Top of the 7th for Gilbert. Tommy McGuire has one of the hottest bats in the state of Iowa. He has 3 hits and 3 tries tonight. He lays down a bunt. It's a beauty. Throw to first will not matter. 4 for 4 for Tommy McGuire. Someone get this man some Wendy's. Are they still doing that 4 for 4 deal? I still have food on my mind. But it's a 4-hit night for Tommy McGuire. He has half of the Gilbert hits tonight. Unbelievable effort. And had that running catch in center field to keep the Tigers, the Gilbert Tigers, up front. Bunt shown by Short, a little bit too far outside for a strike. Carroll got 2 runs on the bottom of the 6th. Matt Zaz helped shut it down. Logged 2 outs in that inning. And bunt shown again, pulled back by Short. Count is 1-1. Short is 0 for 2, but does have an RBI hit by pitch. That started the scoring in the 3rd. Bunt shown, pulled back. Good stop by Essick in the dirt. 2-1. Best atmosphere we've had at a Gilbert Tigers game this year. Nothing comes close. Both sides bringing their fans. At least half full bleachers tonight here at Merchants Park. Great environment. Ripped foul. Past stone cold standing still Coach Gall at 3rd. That man is unflinchable. Caught a screamer earlier in the game, chest high. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Short doesn't agree, but it's out number 1. Here comes Trip Sturgill. He had an RBI ground out earlier.
Who grounded out but got the RBI in his last at bat. As now Gross checks the runner and throws up.
I'm glad my mom liked my Wendy's joke there. I don't know if they still do the 4-for-4 deal. I think my fiance got some Wendy's when she went home to Sioux City this afternoon as that misses inside. Gino, if you're watching, glad you made it back safe. Give Oz some pets for me. Here's the 1-0. That's popped up. Foul, drifting out of play. Not a bad jump by Jackson Liu over there, but had no chance. 1-1, 1 away, 1 runner on, 1 run game. Top of the 7th. McGuire getting a lead off of first. There he goes. Down low. Throw is going to be late. Third stolen base of the night for Tommy McGuire. Pete Crow Armstrong is somewhere smiling with this Tommy McGuire performance tonight. Showing amazing hustle, amazing defense in center field. Here's the 2-1, high, 3-1. Cleanup man Ian Eldred is on deck.
Eldred, the shortstop, awaits on deck here as Gross fires the 3-1 home.
3-1 is a called strike. Sturgill thought he had the walk, but it did just clip the inner edge.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Strikeout here for Gross would be huge.
And they're going to call a balk, as that one was fouled off the roof. Balk called before the pitch. So now all Sturgill needs to do is get a ball deep enough in the outfield to get a very important insurance run for Gilbert. What a treat of a ball game this has been. Cale Sleazer here with you, folks. Thanks for joining me. Jackson over on the Carroll broadcast has done a phenomenal job tonight as well. Very bright future ahead for that young man. Here's the 3-2. That one is hit well to right. This should score a run. It's going back. It is caught on a back pedal. McGuire sprinting. He'll get in uncontested. It's a big sac fly for Trip Sturgill. Gilbert leads 6-4. Sturgill gave that a ride. Good backpedaling catch by the right fielder, Trey Tassel. And we'll see if Eldred can keep the line moving. No movement in either bullpen. We'll see if Matt Zaz will try for the 5-out save in the bottom of the inning. That one's in the dirt for a ball. Gilbert's been very reliant on their starters this year. Coach Gall has only brought out the bullpen when he's absolutely needed to. Gilbert Tiger opponents have also leaned on their starters a lot in matchups that we've seen this year. That's a 2-0 miss. And Gross wants a new baseball. We'll do an exchange. 6-4 our score. Gilbert has not trailed tonight. Carroll's made it close, though. That one misses just inside. Ball 3. Eldred can be patient here. And he'll take a called strike. Not a bad move there. Never want to make an out on a 3-0 pitch. Cardinal sin of baseball. Blake Bell awaits on deck. He had a 2-run single back in the 3rd. That one is hit well to left. That is back. That ball is foul. It was short of the fence by a maybe 5 feet. Eldred almost had a round tripper. That's about as close as it gets. That was almost as close as the walk-off homer in Boston today. Red Sox hit a walk-off 308-foot home run to the pole out and right One of the shortest home runs in Major League history. Full count, 2 away for Eldred. That one's on the ground to shortstop. Eldred has his head down. He will. Oh, no. He is out at first. He can't believe it. Eldred definitely beat that throw. That was an unfortunate call there by the field umpire. But that ends the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll see who comes out to the mound for Gilbert. Matt Zaz getting a fist bump from the pitching coach. Zaz will try for the 5-out save when we come back in the 7th. Don't you folks dare go anywhere. We'll be right back. Six to 4 is our score. Gilbert leads Carroll in the first Tiger tussle of the year. Cale Sleazer here with you on Tiger Broadcast. This has been game of the year so far for the Gilbert Tigers. Matt Zaz is going to try for the 5-out save. Gilbert has only had 1 save in each of the last 2 seasons. Trip Sturgill had a save at Bondurant earlier this year. And I think a Gilbert fan has been escorted out by Randy Beeson, the Carroll athletic director, as that's popped up. Shallow right center field, and giving way to Leyva is Grauwinkle. Leyva makes the catch for out number 1. We'll have to see which Gilbert fan got tossed after this one's over. That was Carter Essick, frustrated with himself there as he slams the bat on the ground. He pops out to right. Peterson has walked his last 2 times as he takes a strike. Here's the 0-1. Big swing and a miss. Good curveball from Zazi there. Gilbert crowd's got a little more energy behind him now after that fan just got tossed. Here's the 0-2. High and inside and ducked away. Count is 1-2. A questionable call at first ended the top of the 7th. Eldred thought he hustled out an infield single. Was called out. Eldred couldn't believe it. The Gilbert fans couldn't believe it. Perhaps some words were said. We're not sure. The count is low, 2-2. Trey Tassel awaits on deck. He's 0 for 3. Zaz and the Gilbert Tigers need 2 more outs to extend their win streak to 3. 2-2. Called! Strike 3. That's out number 2. Great frame by Bell on the lower outside corner. First strikeout tonight for Matt Zaz. And the final out of the evening rests on the shoulders of the 5-hitter, right fielder Trey Tassel. First pitch to him. Fouled away for strike 1. We'll see you folks right back here tomorrow night on Tiger Broadcast as Gilbert will travel to Mason City. Here's the 0-1. Just inside for a ball. Zaz gets set and fires the 1-1. Just outside. A little high and outside with that curveball. Braxton Liu awaits on deck should this game continue. He had a single and a stolen base last time. 2-1 to Tassel. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Zaz needs one more to lock this down for Gilbert. Looking to improve to 6-3 on the year. Zaz is shaking off everything that Bell is throwing his way right now. He knows what he wants. Is it the winner? You bet it is! Tigers win! Our final score, Gilbert 6, Carroll 4. It looked like a pitcher's duel early, but Gilbert put up 5 runs in the third. Carroll responded with 2 in the bottom of the third. Carroll gave Gilbert a scare in the bottom of the 6th, scored 2 runs, but a running catch by Tommy McGuire prevented any further damage. Trip Sturgill got an insurance run on a sacrifice fly to right field in the top of the 7th, and Matt Zaz gets the 5-out save, 2nd save of the year for the Tigers, more than they've had in the last 2 years. Micah Leyva gets the win. 5 1/3 innings pitched, 4 earned runs on his line. A tough loss for Jackson Gross. He pitched very well. 5 innings pitched, 6 runs, 5 earned. The scoreline does not do Gross justice. He pitched very well. But Gilbert improves to 6-3 as Carroll falls to 3-4. We will see you folks right back here tomorrow night when the Gilbert Tigers travel to Mason City. My name is Cale Sleazer. Thank you folks so much for joining me here on Tiger Broadcast. Big thank you to Jackson of the Carroll Broadcast for sharing this very nice booth, very nice ballpark with us tonight. Randy Beeson, the Carroll Athletics Director, making sure that we had some space to broadcast tonight. This is one of my favorite spots I've broadcasted in my 6 years behind the mic. And what a game. 6-4 thriller. And don't let the Gilbert Tigers get hot. First 3-game win streak in 2 years. And they will look to extend it to 4 tomorrow night. We'll see you tomorrow night right here on Tiger Broadcast. Stay safe out there, folks, and have yourselves a great Wednesday night. Go Tigers!